So guys, take a look at PeterObi and Wike commissioning schools in Anambra State. So guys, this video is going to leave you in shock. Watch it to the end and share it. Leave your comments below because you are going to see what is mind-blowing in this video.
And the federal government together despite political party divide, and to illustrate their common interest, the Minister of Education, Mr. Wike, and the Anambra State Governor, PeterObi, jointly performed the group-breaking ceremony of the federal government multi-million naira boy child of special vocational school at Uga in Awata local government area of the state.
Education is a key to growth and socio-economic development, and this perhaps explains why Governor PeterObi remains committed to providing the needed facilities and logistics that would enhance a conducive, functional and qualitative learning environment.
When we came on board, no school had lab, no school had library, no school had sick bay. Today, with what we are doing, it is a lost last year. We have launched 10 billion education around within the past 6 months. I am going to learn from him, and I said I will go back. The library which we have built for the junior secondary school in all the unity colleges, that we will replicate what we have done.
The next port of call was at Uga in Agwata local government area, where the groundbreaking ceremony of a multi-billion naira federal government boy-child special vocation center was performed.
You know, basic education is not within the purview of federal government. Basic education is within the purview of state government. So as part of supporting the state government, particularly those state government that we see that are committed in improving access and quality of education to our people, where the federal government decided through UBEC that what we did, like in our magic program, should replicate it in the southeast and the south-south.
The ceremony was concluded at the Women Development Center, Oka, where a check for 525 million naira was presented to the Ministry of Education for sports and sick bay facilities in all the public and mission secondary schools in the state.
Obi did not do anything in Anambra State. Keep watching.
Secondary level, over 200 public secondary schools in Anambra State will undergo rehabilitation. This assurance is coming from the state governor, PeterObi, while presenting an initial check of 10 million naira to one of the benefiting schools in the state. Governor Obi insists that his government is committed to rebuilding educational institutions in order to enable the children compete favorably with other peers in other parts of the country.
Over 2,000 students in population with inadequate classrooms, the Eastern Academy Girls Secondary School, Onitsha, paints the true picture of the state of public schools in Anambra State. Moving from one classroom to another, Governor PeterObi inspects facilities in the school, obviously not happy with what he is seeing. Appalled by this discouraging sight, Governor Obi presents a check of 10 million naira to the school for infrastructure upgrade and rehabilitation.
10 million naira. Our public schools are important to us. We want to rebuild all the public schools. I've been to all the classrooms this morning, see the conditions in which our students go to school, and I disagree with this. And I assure you that we must do something to ensure that that situation is reversed.
The school is the first beneficiary of the project, and Governor B warns against the misuse of funds.
Wherever we find that there is a mismanagement of one community, we will ensure that the due process of the law by prosecuting the principal of that school and ensuring that, if possible, is jailed.
I promise that we're going to use this money judiciously, so that he will also use us as example, as he has been using the mission school. And we thank him very much, and we pray that God will continue to guide and protect him, even as he keeps on doing it.
To do something and shine. 400 days in office, you tied roads and all that. Don't insult us. That's not development, that's infrastructure. The quality of the human person is what defines the state. So it's not impossible. This can be done. I'll cite 2 examples. One was when Peter was governor, there was this, we were 1 a.m. He said, okay, come and see how much I've saved today. Because when he gets a file, he will check the unit cost, check the total. So check the unit cost. If it's too high, he will call people in the market. So they realize that they will give him the correct unit cost, knowing he verifies, and then give a wrong total. He will also check that. After calculating, maybe you put about 14.7 million, he finds out it's 9.3. He will write 9.3, approved. He say, look, why don't you disincentivize this thing? Some of them can be arrested. He said, no. See, if you want to sleep and there are too many rats in your house, you know it's the fish they want. Don't use a wooden basket, use the metal thing. Once you're sure they won't take your fish, sleep. So a leader must have the capacity.
Before I allow you see the state of one of the schools in Lagos State, take a look at this video first.
About it. If anybody see you, you write the paper, I've done this road, go to the road. I built a university from the scratch. It's in Ibrahim. I built a teaching hospital from the scratch. It's in Oka, the fastest one. So let people say where they did it. Don't tell us in pages of newspaper. Don't give us awards. We want to know, if you say we want to export rice, let's eat the rice first. Let's have it. You can be the change. Stop celebrating criminality.
This project are undeniable. The stakeholders and monitors are appealing for more government, NGO and INGO intervention for a better educational system in Lagos State.
Giving us this school in this community is part of our achievement and part of government's achievement, but there are some needs in that school. If you can please check all some classrooms from primary 3 downward, you will see the congestion there for the children.
We've been here since 2005, and ever since then, when the government saw our seriousness, they now decided to give us this beautiful building then. But as I'm talking to you now, we have a lot of challenges on the building itself. Apart from the gully hole in the classrooms, we have a lot of ceiling falling down on the children. A lot of reptiles coming into their classrooms because we have been agitating for fencing of the school compound since it started. Every rainy season, we usually have waterlog throughout the compound of the school.
If they can help us to give us more classrooms for these children, because we are going to dry season now, we don't know what can happen. If the congestion is too much in the room, no matter the ventilation there, it will never cover it.
So we need government intervention in these areas.
On the long run, education.
While the
for nearly 2 years, the schools were shut in Anambra State. And everybody listened to, even yesterday when we were Kaduna, a bishop said it. Anambra school system went very low in rating. When I was campaigning to be governor, I said I'll change the educational system in Anambra State, where schools and our children will never be closed. I'll make sure I give the best to education. When I was coming to Anambra to be governor, we have what we call male-girl child issue, where most of the males were not in school. I said I'll reverse that, and I'll make sure that Anambra State becomes one of the best. And when I started, we were number 26, 27, Wire Kaneko. By the time I left, we were number 1. That is what. When I went to Anambra State, I know the state of the schools. When I left, every secondary school in Anambra State had, like I said, a borehole, they had computers, they had vehicles, they have generator. No other state in this country, not one, who said they were able to fit. You can go and ask even providers of computer. Even had every secondary school had internet. You can go and ask one of the famous makers of computer sets. Let me remember their name now. No, Zynos is the agent we use, but it's what we bought was the HP. When we ordered computers and desktop for HP, they told us, print out everything. They said, no government can afford this. But we bought them at a go, 30,000 complete sets for our various schools. No government was able to do that. We were able to train our teachers and everything. And the result is what you're seeing today. And to even go further, while I do not know who said that and I don't want to know, but let me help you further. The only measure of development while I served as a governor is Millennium Development Goals, which was initiated in the year 2000 with Nigeria and over 150 countries as signatories. That is what China used to change China. India, Vietnam, you can go on and on. That was the only measure. I became governor. I started implementing the MDG goals by the year 2008. That is clear 8 years after I had started. But by the time it was concluded in 2015, Anambra was number one in the implementation of that. I was even invited to United Nations to come and talk about my experience. That is measured by UNDP. This is not a measurement where you say Peter has scored himself high. And I can tell you, our school, our hospitals, and assistants became model for every other person. So I believe that we did the right thing. Those who are looking for the wrong thing, what I promised the people are delivered. I live in Anambra State today. I live in Onitsha. I'm just going there now. And my appeal is to a number of Nigerians. 1%.
Nigerians, if you care about the future of this country, share this video. Share this video, comment below. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Because when people keep saying, what did PeterObi did in Anambra State? What did PeterObi did in Anambra State? PeterObi was not building coastal roads in Anambra State. PeterObi was not building residential building like Wike is doing in the FCT. PeterObi was looking for the critical things, basic things that have real value for human lives. Those were the areas PeterObi was concentrating on. PeterObi gave water. PeterObi gave roads. PeterObi built schools. PeterObi built hospitals. PeterObi, you know, Anambra State was exporting under PeterObi. I mean agricultural products. PeterObi focused on the well-being of the people. It's not building gigantic buildings that you will not complete. And at the end of the day, you abandon it and go to another project, or the next government coming in, we moved over to another project. PeterObi focused on, you know, touching lives.